Chapter 3. Prospect List. Tabula rasa. You begin with a clean slate. This sentence begins your first action day in professional networking, whether you just joined a company or you've been with the same one for 20 years. I studied philosophy for a year in college and one concept stuck: tabula rasa. This means a blank writing tablet, or one might say, a clean slate. I want you to begin with a clean slate. For the next 12 months, you are going to follow this book as your guide and source of inspiration. If you are unwilling or unprepared to make that personal commitment, put this book down right now and pick it up when you're out of denial. This is not a book from which you might extract little snippets from here and there and expect to sail to wealth. You give it a fair shot. You've got to pretend that you're a brand new student of the subject about something which you know nothing of. Otherwise, you will mentally argue with concepts you think you already understand and select another approach because you happen to feel comfortable applying them. So here we go. Tabula rasa. Your prospect list. You probably won't believe this at first, but you know 2,000 people personally. Now, obviously, I don't mean you know these people like you would your best friend. And you probably can't remember them right now, at least not clearly. But their faces and names are tucked away securely in your mind, just like the words to your favorite 10 songs when you were 17. You probably can't name 10 songs from any year in your adolescence, but you could sing along with every word, or most of the words, of one of those songs if it popped up on the radio. The opening melody, the first 3 lines, is simply a triggering device. Your brain sorts people into categories from which you need triggering cues to extract them. Names create faces, and faces create names. A telephone book triggers faces as you sort through the various names, and an old yearbook reverses that process as you look at the faces. I could actually give you a stack of pictures of people you haven't seen in 20 or 30 years, and their names would magically pop up from your memory storage. All you really need to help trigger the memory of 2,000 friends, acquaintances, and family is 3 things: a telephone book, a yearbook, and an album of vacations. Each time you see a new name, face, or job, memories of people you think you've forgotten will come to the surface. To help you in this effort, I've included a memory jogger at the end of this chapter. It's the same effective memory jogger used by writers in many summaries of great books. When you finish this chapter, you are going to either use the memory jogger or go get those 3 sources I mentioned and begin a database reconstruction of everyone you've ever known or at least been in contact with. You are not going to worry about what you're going to say to these people. You're not going to skip that step and rush ahead to see if you can glean new ideas from other chapters. You are not going to roll your eyes and come up with 10 brilliant excuses for avoiding those family members and friends. Look in the mirror and tell yourself eyeball to eyeball that you are earning as much as your family deserves. Can you do that honestly? If not, get to work on your list. Excuses, excuses, excuses. I've heard all the excuses. They're simply rationalizations. Here are some of them, and hopefully you won't use any of them to prevent yourself from achieving the success you can have. Some veterans of 10 deals tell me they simply can't go back to their warm market again. Real clueless folks claim they don't even have a warm market. Some people have recently moved and insist there is no one there they can tap into. Some people just feel better about starting with people they don't know. Many people believe that a lead generation system of MLM junkies is better than people they personally know, and so on. I've heard them all, and not one excuse is valid. Perhaps the worst is that an individual's friends and family can't possibly or wouldn't possibly do this business. Many people, approached properly, can and will become professional networkers if the company is legitimate and the product is effective. At the very least, they can and will become good customers. And that is a very good thing, because the fact is, if no one buys the product, there won't be an opportunity to promote. Who to contact? Some of you have heard this analogy before, but it needs to be repeated. Were you to stumble onto an obscure gold mine and discover 5 pounds of nuggets in every wall, you'd probably begin extracting them. If you were then to discover that there were more valuable nuggets than you could ever possibly hope to carry away from the mine, what would you do? Would you run an ad in some MLM publication and invite total strangers to meet you at the mine? Would you buy a list of names and then begin looking for assistant miners? Of course not. You would immediately contact the people you love most and respect. You also wouldn't say, "Gee, Fred, I found a cave and I called to see if you'd consider flying 1,000 miles next weekend to explore it with me. I realize we haven't talked in 20 years, but when I found this hole in the ground, I thought of you." When to move on. Most people treat professional networking like some meaningless hole in the ground, rather than the gold mine that it actually is. Then they refuse to call friends or business associates, or if they do, they act almost apologetic for the imposition. If you do not believe that your opportunity is a veritable gold mine, or you are embarrassed to contact your closest and most distant friends, you are not sold on your business. You need to contact someone in your upline immediately and ask them to help you reinvigorate your passion about the opportunity. If no one can sell you on the gold mine you've discovered, and you can't truly consider it a gold mine, move on. That's critical. The reason some people never succeed in our profession is because they think from the very outset that they've chosen to participate in a scam. They don't believe they are in early enough, or the product isn't unique, or they simply don't trust the owners, or the comp plan impossible to understand. Simply put, if you feel intuitively that you are involved in a hole instead of a gold mine, right now, get out, find an opportunity which you can become passionate about, and get started. If more people would simply follow their intuition and refuse to participate in any of the front-end money games emerging every day in our industry, these scams would dry up. Too many decent people are willing to gamble in pyramid schemes, and that's why scams flourish. I'll tell you more about that later. Remember that just because the circus comes to town, you don't have to ride the elephant. Compile your personal database. It should take you a minimum of a month from today to compile and approach your personal database. Once you've found your goldmine of unlimited resources, those you've ignored for any reason will resent you for the rest of your life. I'm referring to those who don't eventually become involved in your company and are in someone else's organization. The only thing worse than going to a high school reunion and dealing with the resentment of those whom you refused to contact are those who are earning more than you in another organization of some stranger who got them involved in your own company. I could write 10 pages on the value of your warm market, but there's no point. When I got started in this business, this is what I did. And there are many others who have succeeded beyond dreams of most who did the exact same thing. They sat and thought, who should I contact about this opportunity? I know the products are outstanding. I use it myself. And I want others to not only use the products, but to benefit from the income they can derive in making this product and this opportunity available to others. So, they sat down and started making a list of names. From this thinking, the 2000 name list developed. It is time to take action. Stop reading for a while and make your list. You have to start somewhere, and this is where you start. Personal note. This following list of names does go for a while, so if you're happy to listen to these and use these as your memory jogger, please feel free. Alternatively, I have included below in the description a link to Eric Worre's Ultimate Memory Jogger. You can download that PDF, and in there is a fantastic list of names which you can use to help get your list started. Warm Market Memory Jogger. Using these lists, comprise your list of 2,000 people that you know. Who do you know who is active in the church? You respect. Shows genuine concern for other people. People always seem to like. Does personal counseling. Is a professional. Is in clubs and various group organizations. Is active in civic affairs. Is in a teaching position in a school or business. Deals with the public. Is considering a new profession, looking for a job, changing jobs, or recently changed jobs. Seems to change jobs often. Is unable to advance in his or her present job. Has talents but is held back. has just started selling or is an experienced direct salesperson, relies on his or her ideas for livelihood, has never been able to get started or has failed in business but still has strong desires, runs a spa, you see at the coffee shop, did your home repairs, is concerned about the condition of their health, is concerned about their weight, is in a competitive sport, studies martial arts, is in a management, supervisory, consultant, or trainer capacity, is looking for more out of life, is ambitious, assertive, and on the go, is considered a leader, attracts leaders, has children just starting junior high, high school, or college, has children with special talents that should be developed, wants to set a good example for his or her children, wants to spend more time with their family, owns their own business, holds a very responsible position that is causing stress on them, wants to have freedom, is going to college, business, or trade school, someone who has just graduated, was recently married and is just starting over, knows everyone in town, has international connections, exudes credibility, is elected to office, works with you now, you see at the gym, is into sports and fitness, you play sports from your old neighbourhood, appraised your car, takes care of your car, is on your Christmas card list, you take your dry cleaning to, is your accountant, does your hair, has joint problems, has high cholesterol, needs more energy, are relatives, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, children, step relations, cousins, parents, grandparents, is your mail carrier, insurance agent, paper delivery person, accountant, dentist, physician, minister, financial advisor, lawyer, pharmacist, veterinarian, optometrist, florist, sold you your house, shoes, cars or tyres, carpets, TV, stereo system, bicycle, hunting license, camper, clothes, sports equipment, furniture, wedding rings, motorcycle, vacuum cleaner, boat, lawnmower, business cards, Avon products, air conditioner, glasses, luggage, kitchen appliance, Tupperware, computer, vitamins. Do you know someone who lives next door or across the street, is your partner's barber or hairdresser, teaches your children at school, is the finance director at school, is president of the PTA, was your spouse's college fraternity brother or sister, is your spouse's old high school teacher or principal, is your child's kindergarten teacher, was best man or maid of honour, is the purchasing agent where you work, is your babysitter's parent, goes hunting, fishing with you, was your military buddy, painted your house, owns a drapery business, manages a tanning salon, is a deacon at your church, is in your garden club, book club, hung your wallpaper, works with a pest exterminator, taught your child's driver ED, is the architect who drew your house, are the people you met camping, is the credit manager of the store where you shop, repairs your TV, upholstered your couch, are people you knew on your old jobs, went with you to the races, goes bowling with you, is a person in your carpool, installed your telephone, has a laundromat, teaches ceramics, owns a taxi service, cuts your grass, installed your refrigerator, renews your driver's license, is in a Rotary club with you, is JC president, delivers parcels, does your income tax, sells you gas or services your car, gave you a speeding ticket. Do you know someone who is a nurse, golf pro, student, fashion model, security guard, sheriff, fire chief, secretary, graphic artist, baseball player, anaesthetist, surgeon, librarian, mortician, missionary, real estate agent, railroad ticket agent, newspaper journalist, swimming instructor, grocery store owner, insurance adjuster, warehouse manager, van operator, rent-a-car representative, Uber driver, TV announcer, cookware salesman, dance instructor, show repairman, physical therapist, massage therapist, motel owner, academic lecturer, welder, crane operator, police detective, music teacher, art instructor, typesetter, restaurant owner, mechanic, bulldozer operator, bus driver, airplane ticket agent, computer programmer, business machine salesman, soft ink distributor, air traffic controller, interior decorator, engineer, research technician, telephone lineman, lithographer, fisherman, waitress, furniture dealer, podiatrist, psychologist, auctioneer, electrician, dental hygienist, seamstress, carpenter, pilot, motorhome dealer, cloth cutter, editor, lab technician, dietitian, social worker, lifeguard, race car driver, brick mason, drafting manager, printer, office manager, bakery owner, actor or actress, land clearer, horse trader, antique dealer, brewery salesperson, building contractor, chiropractor, consultant, horse trainer. Summary. Tabula rasa means that you must be prepared to start from scratch to experience your best year in network marketing. But before that, you must be completely sold on the company and the product that you have chosen to represent. Also, try to avoid looking for excuses not to proceed with your first, most important task developing list. You must create a list of warm prospects. To develop your list of warm prospects, you must jog your memory to recall people you know by looking through your high school yearbook. Search through your vacation albums and recall people from past vacations. Look at photos and take notes of people you recognize. Leaf through various names in the telephone book. This does not mean you will be finding the exact name of someone you know, but any given name can jog a name from the past or a name you simply have not thought about for some time. Use the memory jogger I've supplied to recall names from the past, or use Eric Worre's ultimate memory jogger list, which is down in the description.